You are waking up on another first alert weather day. Good morning to you. Be careful out on the roads this morning. Some new video for you to look at that came into our newsroom from Orinda in the East Bay. Not often we catch snow out here, but last night neighbors saw heavy snowfall. Some roads were almost impossible to drive through just with regular tires. Snow conditions were worse in Sonoma County and Cloverdale. CHP shut down Highway 128 because of ice, snow, and down trees as well. Check out this video we got last night from Napa County. You can see the snow really coming down there. Meanwhile, families drove up to the hillsides near San Jose to play in the snow. Is that a snowman we see over there too? There was enough snow on the ground to throw some snowballs as well. Lots of fun. But we do have live team coverage this morning on this first alert weather day. Sean Chitness is in the Santa Cruz Mountains covering a closure on Highway 17, and Justin Andrews is in the East Bay Hills. They are out there in the cold for us this morning. I hope those boys can stay warm. But we start with first alert meteorologist Darren Peck. And Darren, it's not just snow. The Bay Area has gotten a little bit of everything. I know all night in Walnut Creek, we heard a lot of rain and wind.
Thunder. Did you get woken up by thunder last night?
I got all of it.
A lot of people did as well. And the two pictures we just shared of Sean Chitness standing out live on Highway 17, that messy, sloppy mashed potato stuff around him looked fairly impressive. He's at 700 feet on Highway 17. It's snow all the way from there up. They've had to close 17 because of that. We're going to hear more on that in a bit. But the Justin Andrews live shot this morning might even be more interesting because he's in the East Bay Hills. He's at Grizzly Peak. East Bay Hill, Skyline Boulevard up there, about 1,800 feet. He's had light snow falling on him. It's not huge accumulations, but it's sticking. However, if you are not going above 1,000 feet this morning, it's going to be rain for you. And that's the overwhelming majority of us. So just to clarify this, there's been so much talk about snow, and for very good reason, especially for anybody who's got a commute at elevation. But for the overwhelming majority of us, what you should prepare for before you get on the road this morning is the occasional brief downpour of rain, cold wind, and yes, maybe a mix. It's going to be primarily rain, but occasionally you might see a little bit of sleet, maybe a little bit of hail come down. Here's the issue, though. This is Highway 17 in the Santa Cruz Mountains. You see the purple splotches on there? That's where First Alert Doppler is able to read the different phases of the precipitation. That snow, Highway 17 sits right here in that pass. At 1,800 feet, can't get there. Now, when we check in with Sean Chitness in a bit, we're going to get rid of the radar because I want you to see where he is. This is at 1,800 feet. Sean's down here at Lexington Reservoir. That's as far up the road as he could go from the Los Gatos side. That's only like 700 feet high. It's closed from then on, and it does turn to snow from that point on. Over in the East Bay Hills, Caldecott Tunnel, not getting snowed on. But above there, we're going to check in with Justin Andrews in a bit at 1,800 feet at Grizzly Point. He's getting snow. We'll talk about what this means in the rest of the complete forecast coming up in a few minutes. Plan on showers on again, off again to stay just like this through about the first half of today. But there's much more to discuss in the complete forecast, and I'll see you with that in a few minutes. Let's get over to Jocelyn. It's going to be a busy morning for a traffic report. What are you focused on?
Yeah, Darren, right now you mentioned those on and off showers. We are seeing that on our cameras here. We're going to take a live look at the Bay Bridge, and you can see that camera right there, the raindrops falling on it, and we can see those metering lights are on. But we are going to keep saying this over and over again this morning. Be extra careful out on the roadways. For our super commuters here, it's already getting busy. It's about a 39-minute drive if you're headed from 205 over to 680. Let's give you a live look now at the Dublin interchange. It's busy in both directions. I know it's not super clear to see, but just be aware of that. We want to talk about this crash on 680 northbound. 2 lanes blocked, right-hand shoulder blocked. This is because of a crash and flooding. We've talked about highway closures here. Now this one on Highway 9, road is closed. This is because of a landslide both ways from Arboleta Road over to Glen Arbor Road. So Arboleta Way to Glen Arbor Road. Keep that in mind. That's because of a landslide. But Amanda, you're also talking about Highway 17.
Yeah, let's take a look at that now. So right now in the Santa Cruz Mountains, both directions of Highway 17 are shut down because of downed trees and, of course, snow. CHP says the northbound lanes are blocked at Granite Creek Road. The southbound lanes are shut down at Bear Creek Road. Officers have tweeted pictures showing the snowy roads. CHP says avoid the area and use alternate routes. Sean Chitness headed into an area this morning beyond those roadblocks to kind of give us a look at why we shouldn't be in that area near Highway 17. This is south of Bear Creek Road. Sean, how was your drive even getting just to this point?
Yeah, Amanda, the conditions were really constantly changing as we were working our way down from San Francisco on 101. As we got onto Highway 17, we reached that closure at Bear Creek. It was only rain at that point, but then we had permission from CHP to keep going, and then suddenly we saw the conditions change, and now you can see we are surrounded by snow. In this case, actually, what we saw is the conditions have really been changing just in the last few minutes. There was snow coming down, a mix of snow and rain. But if you take a look at this video, you can see the snow that has been on Highway 17 for quite some time now. We just saw a bunch of cars come through, but the roads are still closed in both directions. Take a listen to one man who was trying to cross overnight.
I've been coming over the hill around 11:30. And I saw the snow and I started spinning out, and I just been parked here for hours now. I've been seeing just the plows, haven't seen any cars go by for a long time.
And so we certainly understand the conditions that he's been dealing with. We've seen them for at least an hour or so being at this particular location just off the side of the southbound direction of 17. But again, just want to emphasize that the roads are closed in both directions. We did see a line of emergency vehicles come down. They're actually driving the wrong direction, and that is because the roads are closed in both directions, and there's still clearly so much work to do and cleanup that needs to happen before they can open up these roads. So don't expect that to happen anytime soon. Amanda, back to you.
Gotcha. Sean, before you go, have you been seeing a lot of people trying to put on chains, like before getting to even that point?
Right. Well, we certainly know that chains were advised or going to be required at some point. But when we got to that closure, it was really just us. And thankfully, CHP allowing us to come up to this spot just so we can show you what we're seeing in the area that is closed off.
Gotcha. And I'm sure not a lot of people were driving up as early as you were. Sean, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon. Now, let's move over to the East Bay Hills. Some people are seeing some rare snowfall this morning. Just look at it all come down rare. It's been on and off, but right now it's actually coming down pretty hard. Justin Andrews is live at Grizzly Peak in those East Bay Hills for us right now. And Justin, you and I both lived in the Midwest, so we know what's up with all of this. How's it looking out there now?
Yeah, man, we know all too well. So right now, the snowy conditions have kind of lightened within the last 5 or 10 minutes. That is not what we saw earlier, but it's already accumulated. I'm going to take a look at this. I was able to write KPIX on the ground here in the snow. Yes, that's how much snow we're seeing this morning. But you can also look all along the walkways here in the driveway. This is in front of a home here. You can see the grassy areas covered with all of this snow. And this snow came down pretty heavily within 10-minute time frame, because when we first got here, you only saw the snow on the grassy areas. But right after that, the snow was coming down so heavily that we were able to see it here on the concrete and the asphalt here. But these are conditions we're seeing this morning. Again, the snow is falling right now. Right now, it seems like it's mixing with a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of sleet. So it's a mix of kind of some snow and some rain at the same time. But as Darren has been mentioning, we'll probably see a lot of this throughout the day. But it's also pretty cold. I forgot my gloves this morning, and thanks to our security guard, he was able to give me these gloves, and let me tell you, I certainly need them this morning. I'll send it back to you.
Justin, come on, you know better.
I do know better, and I should know better than this, Amanda, but you know what? Sometimes we forget.
We do. Your mom's going to get on you for that one. All right, Justin, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again soon.